Hey guys, welcome back, Maris here. We have another episode for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and today I will give you in total 41 tips. 32 I consider totally tips just from gameplay, and the rest of them are more my opinion on playthrough, so I will leave them at the end. The beginning will be more interesting for you. I want to give big shout out to Upper Echelon Gamers. Down in the description will be a link to their video about tips for the same game, and why I want to mention them. It's funny. I definitely suggest to check them out. They start the video by saying some funny things like they saw on other channels giving kind of useless tips, so they decide to give at least 5 real tips for the game, and then they proceed with giving tips like, if you need resources, then you need to dismantle items. If you need money, for the money you go for selling them. It's like, yes, I would never ever consider and realize that. Thank you guys, you just rock. And there are some good tips, like they're giving only 5, but anyhow, it's funny how they make fun of something that they do some moments right after. I will repeat some of their tips, they are included, those come from me, but let's get right into. I hope those guys appreciate this funny cheer for them. Anyhow, I'll go as fast as possible, and down in the description will be also timestamp for each of those tips, and the tips will be also listed down in the description so you can read them out. Okay, let's jump into, and I'll go just the current screen is placeholder, but we'll get to some action on the screen in a moment. Okay, tip number 1: don't take photos on fast travels or delete them. I'll show you quickly example how it happens. You can take a screenshot. Those are the small artworks here. The problem is some people think that's a good idea to take a photo on it, which is great photo, but in the gameplay it actually disturbs you. It's hard because the cursor doesn't recognize. Do you want to fast travel or do you want to see pictures? I'll show you. Example is here. I just had to take this artwork. That's my first one. But as you can see, if I want to travel, it now just messes up my game. Don't do that. Simple as that. Tip number 2: F5 for your controller. If you're playing on PlayStation or Xbox, you will find respective key somewhere in the settings. Please do that. That's autosave. If you ever died in this game, you know that there's only one option generally to keep playing, is reload last save, and their autosaves happen quite often, so it's good, but sometimes there's huge gap in between because the game basically saves when something significant happens. If you travel a lot, like huge distance, then accidentally die by something, you are loaded back there. Just hitting one button will make sure there's save in between. So if something happens, you are just right there. I don't consider it as cheating or anything. Save in between huge travels and when nothing significant happens, and before huge battles. I would also just extra tip, when I am attacking some fortress or something and I have a plan in my head how it should go, I mark all the enemies and then I save it, because when I die, if I load up, I'm saving also the time for this scouting process because all the enemies are marked. Anyhow, move on. Tip number 3: identify passive abilities. That was one of my issues with the game. I'll just quickly show you. As far as I'm checking and seeing, and I tested all the abilities out, if you see those little leaves at the side, those basically are passive abilities. So that's how you're gonna recognize them. Just simple tip. At the beginning, I didn't realize that. Now you can identify which of them are just passively giving something. Well, you can understand from the description, but anyways, just putting out there. Tip number 4, kill random animals with the bow to get adrenaline. So I'll try to jump into game, we'll see, it will be laggy as hell. You see I have only 2 bars adrenaline. If you are out in the open, okay, shoot in the head would be way better, but the thing is, with the headshot you get always one, I think, 1 full bar. Anyways, just randomly killing animals will give you, I have just some abilities. Anyhow, that's how you get adrenaline. It's basically tip for all the games, every game. When you need rage for warriors, always you can hit some critters in the ground, rats or something. There's always how you can build up this. Anyhow, move on. Tip number 5, ride on horse and collect and running, collect stuff. So whenever you run somewhere, that's the tip actually I think those guys also gave. If you're running through some fields or something, keep in mind to spam the collect button. For the PC it's button E, which if on the ground there will be a little tree or iron, or basically you'll kill some and there's any loot on the ground, you just collect it. And by running, just straight running, you can still collect things because there is a lot of materials on the ground. Just remember to spam, and just when you drive, ride through the forest or something. Just general tip at the beginning, especially when resources are needed. Tip number 6, run through bushes to get out of battle. Sometimes in the forest, some stupid wolves attack or something, and if you're riding through the pure plain environment, they will follow you a long distance. If you are riding through the bushes are working like curtains. Basically, you ride through and they somehow don't see you anymore. Ride through 2 bushes. First, you lose line of sight. Second, you basically are out of battle. Because at the end, if you need to do some action and you are still in a fight, it's not good for gameplay. Moving on, tip number 7, don't use autorun. You can enable autorun by Z, which goes straight line. If you hold it, you ride on the way, like on the path somewhere. And I just find it really buggy. You can direct also auto riding to the destination, and it somehow always messes up. It's always easier and faster to go straight line and you do the controls. Just whenever person is in control, it's always a bit better than currently. Self-driving cars are not yet there in the... Yeah, you got the idea. Get out of town ASAP. ASAP. The thing is simple. When you are in the town, your horse... basically it runs approximately the same speed as you do, a little bit faster. When you are outside, far away from town, then the full speed comes in. And the thing is, if you need to go from direction A to B and the town is right next to it, you can go by the wall of the town and it will be slow, or you just get out of the town until its full speed starts and then go to your direction. Just simple logic. Tip number 9, avoid kills in public. The thing is, you get this notification, the bounty on you, and if you just do some crazy killing stuff on the street, sometimes it will happen anyways when bounty hunters attack you. But I don't know, just pay attention. The same goes for stealing and anything that you do in public, bad things. Some random citizens will grab weapons and attack you because they consider you as a threat, so you have to kill them. So that raises your level even more. Just pay attention to the thing at the beginning. It's especially, yeah, the tips are for everyone. Everyone who's already expert in the game, probably half of them will pass. Okay, move on. Tip number 10. That's tip against those guys. Pay off bounty hunters before important missions. That's especially crucial. Let me try to fire up this thing. Yeah, I don't have, there's no bounty on my head. The thing is simple. If you are getting into some story story mission or something, and or attacking fort, you don't want extra difficulties. Let's say 4 bounty hunters on your head, just pay them off. It's done by on the map. You will find a little money and money bag and sword on it, and actually the price is really ridiculous. 1 bounty hunter, it's less than 1,000 or something. That's, you get this money back in no time. If you want to have fun and kill bounty hunters, raise the alarm and don't pay anything off. That's also an option. Tip number 12, 11, stupid Maris. Whistle. Remember, there's a whistle button. That's especially essential when you're playing hard, but nightmare difficulty, where you want to separate enemies and kill them silently. You can whistle them. Just get in some distance, I'd say further away, hit whistle button, which is X. If the distance is not there yet, go a bit closer, and when you see your one particular guy, if there's 2 guys and you want to one distract, if the one is reacting, then hit few times, because from the 1 whistle they're always just turning, and 2 whistles they're like, okay, I need to check it out, and then they will come through. Just remember, there's a whistle. That's what I'm trying to say. Tip number 12, also nightmare and a beginning, especially when you're attacking forts. Hide your bodies. I mean dead bodies. When you kill, it's quite easily. There's always be entrance point. If you go one way, there will be patrol, and if you leave bodies behind, they will notice. And it's not hard. Either kill them right on the bushes or fields where they're automatically hidden, or just pick them up and throw over the wall. It's really fast. And then when you are keep killing and getting your entrance in the fort, you don't worry about someone notice the body, raising alarm, everyone searching for you. It overcomplicates things. It's just this little thing. Remember, you can hide the bodies. Tip number 13, pick out bounty hunters with log shots. Yeah, sometimes bounty hunters appear right on the middle of street, easy kill, get a fight, no worries. Sometimes they are inside a fort or some establishment whatsoever where there's other soldiers. I found it funny how they are not kind of tied together. So I'll explain what I do so you can copy the idea. There's a fort, heavy fortified. I want this dude, and I don't want to kill that bounty hunter. I actually want to hire him on my ship because he has some valuable abilities. Go far away, as far as you can, so no enemy sees you, and fire 1 shot to this bounty hunter, and then hide from the spot where you shot. Like, you shoot from here, then just take away. What happens is that the bounty hunter kind of screams that there's someone shooting at me. He hides, and after a moment he comes to the exact location where you shoot from. And the funny thing is, he doesn't, at least for me, he doesn't raise his alarm in all the forts, despite the fact there's other soldiers around him. He came alone. Sometimes 1 soldier joins in, but again, if you want that one particular guy, killing 1 or 2 guys is easier than cleaning the fort to get this one dude. That's just, yeah, you can handpick 1 person out if that's bounty hunter. Casual soldiers will raise alarm if there's other guys around him. Okay, too much time spent on this point. Moving on. Which one is it? 14th. Choose your fighting ground. Yeah, that's exact same point which I gave here. Here was, in some missions you need some high level soldiers, captains, to be killed, and you can choose your own fighting ground, and you do exact same idea. You take outside the fort, you shoot that dude, he will hide for the moment, then he will come out and look for you. You can repeat the same situation, the same tactics. Go away when the enemy comes out, shoot again. That's how you can get them pretty far away from other members, and then that's where, when you lead this enemy to the chosen point, then you attack, or actually I managed at some point kill just by shooting arrows in the head, and that's it. You isolate them, you kill them, and on your fighting ground, on your choosing of the, yeah, anyhow, you got the point. Move on, let's not spend so much time, we have much things to cover. Tip number 15, use rush on animals. Yes, so much yes. Quickly enough, whatever you pick, whatever you choose, I'm speaking about this rush assassination. What it does the leap and does a lot of damage. You can use that on animals. Obviously, if you are aggroing, if the animals are already aggroed on you and you are in combat, this is not possible. You need to be out of combat. But if you need to kill some, there's always someone in the quest line, 3 wolves, some boars, something, and actually you can chain them up. You can kill 3, 4. It's, of course, I have higher level, but anyways, try it at least once and you will see how it works, and you will love it, because basically all the animals die instantly. Well, no, we're not speaking about legendary, anyhow. That's my tip, take it or leave it. Tip number 16, rush on, yeah, that's continuing with the rush. I'm speaking about this rush, assassination, not bull rush. Rush on where there's more than one enemy. And a special point is, do not assassinate them or drop down assassinate them. I will explain quickly how it happens. If two enemies stand right next to each other, let's say on bonfire, usually they do that. If you assassinate one, just simply go by it and kill it, the next one will see you, raise kind of alarm, start screaming, and you will be in the fight. You will lose your assassination abilities, which are assassination and rush assassination and critical assassination. Anyhow, you will have sword fight. And if the sword fight is quite long, probably others will hear, see you, and everything goes bad. What you do instead is you start with rush assassination. Even if the enemy is right next to you, you rush assassinate first one, meanwhile other one sees that and starts screaming, but you can chain it up. And what you do is you just turn right next to it. Even if you are all three staying right next to each other, you chain assassinate one, you chain assassinate another one. If you have higher level, you assassinate everyone around it. And you end up without alarm, everyone's dead, you are happy, you have spent 0 to none time on them, because all that basically happens in slow-mo and everything is awesome. That's how you do it. Whenever you do anything else, it will end up in fights. Just trust me, try it, you will love it. Move on. What else we have? Tip number 18. Oh yeah, 17. Chain rush main target. By this, I'll bit arrange so it comes in order. What you can do, and I tried it out, it works perfectly. There's a captain which you can't assassinate by one hit. He has too much health. What you do, when you have higher level, this chain assassination possible, you throw a spear in him, then you need another enemy right next to it. Then you chain to a smaller one, some little one who dies with one chain, and then you chain back the first one. And I think up to 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. You can't do it 3 times on one target, but you can do it on 2 times on one target. What it does at the end, if you read the description, it does a lot of damage, and until that point when you end those chaining up, you're out of trouble. You're just killing. You're just pure killing machine. And I don't need to explain how assassination damage is way higher than warrior assassination, warrior killing, just hack and slash. So yeah, so you can chain to one target multiple times. That's this point. Just summary, realize that. Okay, move on. Tip number 18. Oh my god, I was mind blown when I discovered it. If you shoot arrow through the fire, it burns up. How it happened, just let me quickly explain. I was in a fort in a night, no one sees me. I see there's isolated captain. I isolated him, and then I needed a few shots in the head. What happened in front of me, I didn't realize there's this firing, I don't know how to call it, this waves of fire. Let's go with waves. And I just ignored it and just started shooting, and I was right next to it, and when the arrow was shot, it immediately caught on fire, and at the end, when landed on the head of captain, he got burned, he got fire damage, but which is way higher. You can just do it by kind of accident. I didn't have any special armor arrows. I still don't. This is the same spec I was playing. So yeah, just if you have a chance to line up shot that arrow goes through the some firing things, it will fire up and do extra damage. You're welcome. Move on. We have tip number 19th goes with that flaming stuff. There are animals that are charging at you, usually boars, which is annoying, especially legendary boar. If you pull out torch, which costs you nothing by pressing T button, and throw the torch on a charging animal, it gets discharged basically, and it got a bit firing damage as well. So that's how you disable their charging attack, if you didn't know. Anyhow, move on to tip number 20th. Serious. Save, heal, use attack abilities. There's a bit longer explanation. There are some bonuses for items. I don't think I should have some. Yeah, for example, this one. When the full health, which means if you miss a little bit health, you miss all this bonus, which is quite bad, which means you need to be at full health all the time. If you received a little portion of damage in the battle, which is annoying, there's two options actually. One is to spend heal, whatever level you have. You spend heal, which takes full adrenaline bar, and you get full health. Another option is you can use basically any attack ability, because there's built-in system that portion of adrenaline spent is given back to your health, which also changes if you have higher level. You will proceed in the game, which means you can spend the same bar on any attack ability, do damage, and heal up this little portion of your health. So just healing or healing up and doing bunch of damage to enemies, yeah, you guessed right, which is better. Move on, tip number 21. Yeah, I need to get back here. It's long shot animals. There are a lot of moments when you need to shoot animals, and I just found it way easier just to pick up predator shot. Don't use overpower, that's a bit overkill. A predator shot does the trick. If it doesn't kill in the head, 2 arrows is the top maximum for the casual, and it's way faster and easier than going and smashing. Trust me, at the beginning it's fun. Later on, you just want to kill them faster. If you're not so close to do rush assassination, you go for predator shot. That's my option. Just our suggestion. Tip number 22. Sixth Sense combines with assassination. Yeah. Just quickly, I don't know why and how. Don't underestimate this ability. Despite the fact it gives you a lock and extra damage with Hunter, what the main point here is, if enemy sees you, the time slows down. Doesn't matter what your next action is. So even if, and especially when I'm playing as assassin, when enemy somehow notices me, this ability from Hunters 3 just gives extra time, slow reaction, and basically the reaction, usually what I do is I do a rush assassination, because yeah, that's my main attacking here. Is I'm running out around with this setup. I assassinate if something goes wrong and someone notices me. I have 5 extra seconds. In those 5 seconds, I just see, oh, you notice me. Rash assassination and you die. Simple as that. Move on. Okay. What we have next? Tip number 23. You can craft arrows, which was embarrassingly too long time it took for me to realize that. Is if you go here, well, now it's kind of obvious, but you never, I was not paying attention. So sometimes you run out of arrows, for example, special arrows. You then come in here, and as you can see, I can craft quite a lot of those arrows. You just craft them, that's it. You don't need to salvage or wait for them somewhere anyhow. Tip number 24, complete documents as a SAP. So I'll just, this is really important because I'm doing the same mistake like in every Assassin's Creed series. What I mean is those documents. I will not show you to spoil anything. I call them a tablet. It's wrong because tablets are this one. But they look like a tablet. There are little riddles which when you pick them up, it gives you some direction. Go there, and then you find me under the tree, something. And it's kind of fun to find them, but my tip actually is when you are in one location, there's always around 2-3 such tablets around. When you pick them up, do them kind of ASAP, which means I did them only after I already cleared a lot of maps and then realized, come on, I have those. And then you have to travel back and go in the same locations where you were before. And if you just read the tablet right on spot, you could do that in way quicker time than I'd spend going back. Just do them right on spot. No, I will not spoil what happens when you relieve them. You will find it out. Just do them. Next 2 tips, simple as that. Sorry, I have already on items some bigger explanation. Here I will just give you basic idea. Get legendary weapons, which is this. Got it actually from one of the bounty hunters, but we'll go to that. A lot of things, all the bonuses, everything you need, legendary weapons. When it comes to the armor, go for epic. Simple as that. There will be a lot of grinding and playing until you get full set. Just go with epics. Simple as that. Pick your bonuses, check highest stats. You will have a lot of items. Just pick. Yeah, simple as that. And that goes for 26 point. Epic armor, legendary weapons. That's what you want. Tip number 27. Yeah, somehow goes together. I would not recommend upgrading anything. Reason is simple. The higher level, the higher rarity item it is, the more it requires to upgrade. And you can imagine the upgrading, you can basically upgrade every level, which means a lot of spending. I'll try to demonstrate why I would not suggest to do that. You're choosing. You see a lot of levels and everything, and you will get a lot of items. Sticking with one, playing with one. Sorry for the lag. Apologize. And I have a lot of items still on the ship. I will. It's on the ship. Sorry. The thing is, don't stuck with. There's no point of. I'm keeping those for the moment. What I'm trying to say is, the upgrade is waste, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Sorry. You will get a lot of stuff, and you don't know if picking up next one, the next item might have some awesome bonus that you never seen before, which will be when you progress the game. And probably it's better than some old stuff that you're dragging with you. Don't do that. Tip number 28. Yeah, that leads to the point. But Maris, where do I get the items? That's what those guys also suggest. They suggest to get bounty level, some 2 or 3. I'm not doing that. Simple as that. This is where you get the items. And actually, it's like you are in the shop, because you can come in here, find that those stats are suitable for you, and just start tracking and track that guy down and kill it, or do that with some lower level things bounty hunters as well. The thing is, from bounty hunters, and let me explain the misconception here which I had an impression that I have strict let's say 20 bounty hunters in line, which I need to kill one, then I get next level, then I'm getting... No, it's not like that. When you kill some or hire some, after some time there will be another guy in the same spot. Basically, there are endless pool of bounty hunters all across the world popping up just like that, and always bringing you some sweet loot. That's why I call it mercenary item delivery, because you can track them down or just see plainly on the city, on the street, around somewhere when you reveal the map, the mercenaries, and then you kill them and get their loot. Or you get your bounty level up by doing some illegal stuff, and then they even come to you. There are, both options are available just to get loot. So yeah, that's how you get a lot of loot. And that leads to the next point, how not to get the loot. Shipboarding is useless in terms of items. You get more items if you, in the ship fights, now we're moving to the ships, if you are in a ship fight and you got health bar down, you can board it. When you board it, you kill some enemies, and there's 1, 2, or 3 boxes usually on the ship. If there's bounty hunter, you can loot also bounty hunter. So far, I haven't found any good weapon on casual ship. Bounty hunter ships are better, yes. There you can get loot from the bounty hunter, which is not counting as a ship. And there I think is one better box where sometimes you get epic, but from other ships, no matter how big it is, even if there's 3 boxes, there's always gray items or blue items coming out, and boarding takes quite a lot of time. So my advice would be not for farm items in that way. Just saying. Sticking with the ships, my suggestion, personal opinion, there's more personal opinions coming in, is to start with hull upgrade. As you can see, well, you can't see, but I upgraded it first. What it does, it opens you new special lieutenants. Reasoning for that is simple. This gives you exact same bonus, better upgrade, right? This is new introduced, because at the beginning they are locked, so it gives, basically boosts up your damage, and afterwards I went of course for other upgrades, but yeah, I would go. And also it gives you ship health and armor, which is usable, which leads you to that point 31 upgrade. Why this actually doesn't matter, I can't stress it enough. Q on a PC is your main priority in any Navy battle. The Q does this thing, covering, brace, the brace. You hold it, you keep it holding until the arrows stop flying, then you release it. That's how it works. And it's really important, because actually all the Navy battles are won just by this one little thing. If you brace for all the damage incomes, there is no worry for you going down. In between them, always prioritize brace before hitting enemy ships. That's just simple as that. You will see, test it out, you're gonna love this. Tip number 32 is from the beginning, you can already see that I will not switch, but anyways, on a map, okay, fine, I'll switch. On the map, I need to find where it is. The ship can be used and will be used as fast travel. I lost my ship, sorry. I don't. Yeah, here it is. It's very well parked here, and I can fast travel here. Wherever you leave it, you can fast travel afterwards if you don't recall the ship in the city, which might be at some point useful. Just saying, there's an option. Traveling, custom made, fast travel for you. Awesome. Okay, now we are moving to the part which is more opinionated part of my tips. One of the ones is coming from the same guys I mentioned in the beginning. Elite Echelon Gamers, I think that was the, yeah. Anyhow, take fast travel points. Well, that's a no-brainer. That's like, Jesus Christ, are you seriously suggesting to do that? Yeah, the same guys. I'm as you can see, what I did is approach is simple. When you need to travel to some location, you want to pick every and any flight path in the way. That's actually, I came for some mission here and I just found closest fast travel. So whenever I come back, let's say I finished the Naxos, I can fast travel right away and just save a lot of time. So yes, fast travels are always your best friends, and it always was in Assassin's Creed series. That's a no-brainer, sorry guys, but yeah, that's also my tip. Tip number 34, learn to ride properly. Yeah, you think you know how to ride? No, you don't. At least I didn't, but let me explain you. I try to do it. It will be laggy on the gameplay, but let me first explain. You need to do two things to get your ride. How it goes? You find the direction where you need to go, the mission or something, in the just your point B where you want to go. Press button Z once. It starts auto running. When you run, of course with the mouse you maneuver a little bit, but anyhow you start running. Then what you do, you press and hold button X, which calls the horse. Then you release it and do absolutely nothing. Maybe I'm just only one, but the thing is, at the beginning, but what it happens, the horse always comes from the back, just catches you up. And at the beginning I was like, okay, the horse is to the back, so I need to go back, and then I turn around, then the horse runs to me, then the horse turns around, then I'm chasing him, and everything goes bad. In this scenario, what happens? You run in one direction. When you call the horse, in the city, it takes some time for him to catch you up. In the open fields, he quite fast travels. So what happens? You are going in one direction, the horse catches you up. Oh, sorry. The horse catches you up. You, without any interruption, on board on the horse, and you both keep running in the same direction smoothly with only two those buttons. That's how you actually do the getting horse. You don't need to turn around. When you turn around, the horse automatically also turns around, and you waste of time of everything. Let me try to reproduce it with huge lags because the system is dying. How it happens? Okay, I have the horse. I don't need a horse. Sorry. Okay, I'll start here. I start running, as you can see. It's lagging, right? Isn't it? And then you press and hold. No, the horse is too far. The horse is catching up. See? At one point, I hope it will. That's it. And that's how you catch up. That's how you get. That's how you. I run in the city area. That's why the horse was really slow. But anyways, that you test it out and you will see how it happens. Okay, let's move on to the next point. So this video will be too long already. This Russian dude can't shut up. Invest in assassin. Yeah, as I mentioned, this is more my opinion. Just I need to go here. You have three options, three threes at the beginning. There's easy, just read the description and find a way. It's, again, those elite echelon gamer guys, just okay, at the beginning, in their excuse, they are playing on consoles where everything is bad and you can't aim and do nothing, you're like helpless. They basically explain like that. So you can use the auto aim and shoot a lot of arrows to a lot of enemies, and they are suggesting to do Hunter 3. So yeah, this is not a Hunter's game, this is Assassin's Creed. You see how this assassin is included in the title, like assassin, and then you have a talent trees, Hunter, which is not assassin, warriors, which is not assassins, and there's assassin ability tree in Assassin's Creed. Oh my god, it's mind blown. It's meant to be assassin. If you are playing it as a hunter, maybe pick another game, I don't know, some hunting animal game, I don't know. Anyhow, enough of mocking those guys. Let me give you real numbers why you need to pick assassin. You see those little numbers? That's how much damage you do. And trust me, I'm currently wearing actually warriors build, even more crazier. You see, 4,000 damage, 4,050, 4,070. Oh, what's that? 37,000. If I'm gearing up to my maximum assassin's damage, it goes to, I don't want to lie, but I think approximately 50,000. And then you can find yourself, like, just sit with those numbers. One number and another number is like exactly 10 times higher if approximately gear is equals. So why would you ever go with any option where it's 10 times less damage? If your main point in this game is to kill enemies before they kill you. Okay, enough of this point. I was just like, seriously, are you suggesting to go hunting Hunters 3 in Assassin's Creed? Have you tried assassination? With all my tips previously, with the rush ability where you can take out 5 guys with just yawning and kill all the forts in hard difficulty. Nightmare is a nightmare. In hard difficulty, when I have my new damn gaming rig, I will show you how I can clear out a fortress by running. And the thing is, I'm not measuring how fast you can do it. Probably with the hunting spam ability you can do it maybe faster, I doubt that. But the fun which is playing Hunter's game and Assassin's Creed game. That's why we came here, to play Assassin's Creed as assassins. Kinda logical, don't you think? And if I want Hunter's game, I download some Hunter 2000 simulator or something, you know? That's how it works. Just don't. Anyhow, move on. Next point. My picks and abilities. You see, this is, do whatever you want, copy or not. I give you four abilities which I think is essential. Which one is, as those guys also explained, is heal. That's the only heal in the Assassin's Creed games. And at the beginning, it's really important. Later on, if and when you master your skill, it's actually not that many times used. How to say? Like it still saves up from dying or something. But so my pick, health, yes, but as you can see, it's second in the tier. So at the beginning, you can't actually get it. So one is health. Second and third are both rushes, which one is rush assassination, which does way higher damage and is way cooler to do, and simply is just teleporting you from location A to location B. You can get up to the wall, tower, building, anything if there's an enemy which you need to kill. Free but it's not free, it uses adrenaline, but it's teleportation, and that's basically moving around in battle area. When you are in combat, that's another way how to move around. Actually, if enemies are attacked, they are mostly attacking in one direction or something. That's how you do damage, interrupt them, and actually move away if there's any shot or anything. Like, it's moving around, and it's way higher damage than doing this Ring of Chaos, which they suggest. I don't know why. I tested it out. You can read by the description. It's not. It's actually not helping. And anyway, if more enemies are attacking you, it does less damage. Okay, it interrupts, but this gets you out of the way. So no matter how many thousand million of arrows even flying to you, you get out of that position and you are safe. It's better, it's faster, it's awesome, it's cool. Go for it. And the fourth ability, which is totally underrated, but I hope some channels mentioned, is Poison. Poison is really awesome for 3 reasons. Let's say 3 reasons. First, it doesn't cost you, it actually says it doesn't require adrenaline, which means you have extra damage without spending any goddamn adrenaline. At some point, if you at the beginning are really bad in fights or something, you will not get that adrenaline. You will lose, you will spend it all and you need to regain it back. This ability doesn't require it. It just boosts your damage. Second, just moving on, you can't read, but actually in the second point it explains that it not only does the damage, but weakens the enemy, which means they take, as I understand, more damage and they do less damage to you. So it's a big help. And the third, yes, it's basically the damage, the ticking damage. It's called dot damage over time. If more enemies are attacking, you just /1, /2, /3, and then kill one target. Meanwhile, other targets are just receiving damage over time. That's my, as you can see in both, you can't. In both of my, you can't see my screen is all over. Anyways, those 4 abilities are my key. Others are just extra bonuses, and of course, yeah, this critical assassination is important for assassination cream. I will not go that way. Anyways, just let's move on for the next. Yeah, this is important. Tip number 37. You at some point will have enough points to test it out yourself and everything, but meanwhile, let me now it's not considered a spoiler or anything. I was afraid at some point to pick up, let's say, overpower ability, because when it's covered, you can't read anything. You can just acquire it, because all my action bar was full. And the funny thing is, there is no special action, but this action, as you can see, is activated by separate key. That's why I call it passive aggressive ability. It's actually active, but it's passive because it will not take your point, your slot in the action bar. And the same goes here, which is not written at the beginning when they are covered. So the player don't know where the ability will go. And actually the same goes here. I read that Beastmaster ability could be awesome. Then I thought you need to tame it, so probably it will get some ability. It will take ability slots. You have only 4, so I just avoided it. Later on, yeah, apparently it's another button and it doesn't take any slot of your action bar, which is annoying. Yeah, now I see. Actually, let's add one more point. 37B. I just noticed. You see how this ability is totally round, and this is round with little 4 spikes. Little 4 spikes give you. Yes, this is passive. Yes, this is passive. Yes, this is active. Awesome. Now I solved it. This is passive totally. This is passive aggressive without the leaves. And this is active, which takes slots in the bar. Awesome. Finally, I found for myself. Just you need to pay attention to those little details. Okay, move on. Awesome. Final point about abilities. Reset, taste a tree, make your choice. I did it many times. You need to accumulate some kind of quite high level, quite a lot of points, just hit this damn reset button, put everything in those at least 2 levels so you can at least read what the 3rd level will give you, and go and test it. I did it for the Hunter's tree and I didn't like it. I tested all the abilities, how they work, how they act, how they anything, everything. I didn't like it. And I look at the number. I'm quite high level. You can see reset ability costs me 1,500. I can do it like all day long. It's for you. It's for you to understand what you like, which ability you like to use, which ability you don't like. For example, I will never hide in shadows. God damn it, I'm fighter, not coward. That's my tip number 38. Tip number 39. Familiarize yourself with passives, and by passives, as you can see the bottom, it doesn't, the same whistle is mentioned here. Those are not those are not anything unusual or something, but there are few which, as you can see, that are you need to somehow get them, and they get better. And just pay attention that you have those, because you might miss. For example, the same leap of faith is amazing. Just check it out, what level you have and what bonus you have. Just pay attention to those. Move on. Tip number 40. Take what you need. The same, which is crazy, from the Elite Echelon Gamers. I think it's my favorite channel at the moment, already. It's simple as that. Obviously, you don't want to sell or dismantle any item that you want to wear. What you do with leftovers or low level or something that's, I don't know, for example, let me find something that I will definitely, there will be hunters. The possibility that I will go hunter's damage, which means hunting. I tried it out, I didn't like. With spears, which I don't like, while crouching, because I'm a coward. Possibility that I will need those boots is like 0 up to 0. And that my tip is simple. For example, for me, I don't need anything. As you can see, I'm wealthy. I need tablets, but you can get those from items. So my point here is simple. When you find you at situation when you want to upgrade ship or upgrade item, and you see that, oh, I miss some wood, then go and dismantle the items, and you will have the resources, and then you can do what you want. And if you find yourself in a situation where you have all the resources but you lack of money, what will we do? Oh, maybe we can sell those unwanted items for money, so we get money and then we can upgrade. Boom, mind blown. Which means check what resources or money or what you need and do the thing to get them from the items. Dismantle or sell. It's up for each and every one individually, and that's a no-brainer. It's like, oh, sorry, I need to move on. The last tip. Totally opposite of those guys again. Sorry, it somehow ends up my video is totally against yours, but well, who knew? Okay, I knew. They are suggesting to stick with one tree. Like, for example, for their ideal Assassin's Creed build, it's Hunter's tree, and they are suggesting to not split your talents, and I think also the same goes for the items. No. As you can see, this is a little bit too low. And for hard, it works perfectly. For hard, nightmare, yes, for nightmare you need to precisely maximize your assassination damage, have all assassination gear, and then you can do some proper assassination. In hard and in any other mode, then it's just pointless to actually argue, is to do actually opposite. I'm currently wearing full warrior gear, and at some moments I find, without changing all my gear to assassination, that my assassination is a bit too weak. Some higher level lieutenants or something take more beating, more assassination skill. So what I will do right after this video is recorded is I will take my best, let's say, warrior's gear, or otherwise my best assassin's gear, which is at the beginning like full assassin's gear, and I will put the inscription and take the highest possible skill for warrior, which warrior's damage, which gives me both of them, which means I don't need to change the gear, which means I can go silently killing them quite easily. Not the maximum damage, but quite easily, because I will have all the items with assassin's damage. And whenever I will face one really fat dude, which will cause the sword fight, I will have my warrior's damage right there, and I will kill it. And that's it. But that would be my suggestion. Pick, let's say, 2 of your 3s. Let's say that you like the hunter's 3 and warriors. When you are going silent, you are going with bow. That's an option. Because changing the gear is really painful. I have 2 awesome sets, always. You can build up from, as you can see, I'm dragging all my items with me. I can fully maximize assassin's damage, fully maximize warrior's damage, and fully maximize hunters. Don't do that. When you're going assassin, game will throw you into situations when you end up in the sword fight. When you go warrior's damage, I don't know why the hell are you playing Assassin's Creed then, but yeah, you need to have assassins like mix up. Or if you are going hunter, anyway, you will end up in warrior's fight. It always goes down when there will be some sword fighting, so you will need some warrior's damage. Just get both of them quite high, kinda equals, and you have both of them, and it works perfectly. On a hard, it's still damn easy. Yeah, it's for me, for you, the same. And I just wanted one more thing. Yeah, sorry. One more thing I want to correct myself, because of course right after I've recorded previous video, I found those stupid boots, because in my video I mentioned, because so far I spent some time, of course not hundreds of thousands of hours, but always when you have item with warrior damage on it, you can't engrave another warrior's damage on it. It always suggests and gives you other options, but the one it's already taken. And then I found those awesome boots, which gives the primary warrior damage, and then third point, again warrior's damage. So there is possibility to have, it's quite rare, I haven't seen a lot such cases that one item has 2 bonuses and both bonuses are exact same. So just I wanted to correct myself in my previous video, which, yeah, this might be the case. Anyhow, enough of this. I don't want to see how long this video turned out, but those are all my tips that I found in the actually, I'll give you one extra bonus. I just thought there's a lot of things to cover. I could go crazy, but one last tip, bonus tip from Russian dude is, when you are, I just found it a bit funny, when you are on a Navy fight and you on board, you not on board, but you are onboarding enemy ship and you get on it, don't get on it. What you can do, what I'm trying to show you, if there are 2 ships and this is your ships, in front and end there's a little how you call it, half wall, let's call it half wall. You can duck behind it. just crouch and stand by next to it. You need to do it, because until your people get on their ship, they will shoot arrows and throw spears, which take quite a lot of damage. You can hide behind that half wall at the beginning of ship. Just explore your ship, you will find what I'm talking about. Just hide and crouch there. If you do that and wait for a moment, don't be the first hero jumping on enemy ships. Your guys are getting on their ship, and if you follow all my rules and have four lieutenants on your ship, they are on that fight and they do some crazy ass damage. If they have spear or something, you can just sit and watch how they do the spinning and just eliminate all the enemies. And the tip basically is like, if you're not into like real fighting or something, or there's some scary bounty hunter, just sit right there, safe from arrows, and watch how your dudes eliminate them all and just come back laughing on your ship. Then obviously you raise up gold loot because you're victorious, and that's my tip. If you don't feel like fighting, you can easily watch them die. Okay, that's it for the moment. I really hope to get my PC so you don't have to see these laggy videos anymore. Until then, thank you guys for watching and sticking with me. Be sure to check out those awesome Elite Echelon Gamers. They have probably some newer video which is not that funny as this one. And yeah, thank you. Remember to like and share, because otherwise no one will see those awesome tips in the internet. You are my real heroes here. So thank you for that. Cheers, and we will meet in next videos.